Adam.
What's going on, Megan?
So, leaf blowers have been pissing me off lately, and I know that you also hate them, and I was wondering what you do in my situation. So, I live in an apartment building, and the landscapers bring leaf blowers into this,
courtyard.
Like, when you enter... Yeah, thank you. And so, they fucking blast it at 7 in the morning,
Yes.
literally 10 feet away from my head. And it's...
Can I say this? The fact that we have the fucking huevos with a straight face to just talk about the perils of third-hand smoke, but the illegal guy with the vortex of hot air that's just blowing out of his thing, taking...
Exhaust.
First off, whatever's coming off the leaf blower, and people have tested this, just the exhaust that's coming off the leaf blower. There's no catalytic converter on the leaf blower motor. It's just an open exhaust. What's coming out of that is more than what comes out of a Ford F-150 full-size pickup truck. So there's that. But then there's what's on the ground. What's on the ground is pollen and dust and fecal matter from cockroaches and a little vulcanized rubber, whatever's on the ground in any urban environment. It's kind of shit that was airborne and is now settled down, but maybe a little cat feces, whatever it is, pores and pollen and spores.
Tiny bits of glass.
With spores and things, and whatever's on that ground, I don't think you want it in your lungs. You just don't.
That's a fair assumption. I agree with that.
I would also think that every human being I know, if given a choice between sitting in said courtyard and sucking up whatever was formerly on the ground into the lungs, and we're talking about particulates now, big matter now. We're talking about big stuff, relatively big stuff that's now airborne, versus
hummingbirds.
Person smoking a cigarette 30 yards away, sitting on a folding chair. Every doctor in America would say you'd be better off breathing in the secondhand smoke than you would breathing in whatever the fucking leaf. These guys blow clouds. These people have to walk their dog through the cloud. They drive their car through the cloud. It gets sucked up in the ventilation system. There's not a fucking word about this. It's never. This is how I know everyone is full of shit and why I listen to nobody. Because all we do in Los Angeles is talk about third-hand smoke. No one's ever brought up leaf blowers. There's no doubt that it's 10 times more toxic. Whatever's in there, if you're a pulmonologist, whatever's coming into your lungs via that leaf blower is 10 times worse than anything to do with tobacco smoke. The topic never, ever comes up. Why is that?
Serious question. During daylight hours in LA, do you think there are more leaf blowers being run at any one given time, given one given day, or people smoking?
Well, there are more people smoking, but there are more havoc being created. I would say there are more. Again, the smoke is what comes through a filtered cigarette and then gets blown out. This is Roundup, whatever poison, weed killers on the ground, whatever's coming off, dripping off of your car, whatever your tires leave behind when you're driving around, whatever squirrel shit. Whatever gets ground up and pulverized and basically sits out, dries up, turns into dust, and then gets pushed up into the atmosphere, that's what you're bringing in. There's never fucking discussion about it. There's no PSAs about it. There's no commercial where they show a guy with a leaf blower and then they show your child playing indoors. And now it's coming in through the fucking thing. Why?
It's semi-unenforceable. I mean, it'd be difficult to enforce.
No. It's totally enforceable. I would argue much more enforceable than smoking because it's so loud and you're so present.
Nothing to be gained from it?
Well, there's a lot to be gained from it from a health standpoint.
Monetarily?
Well, I don't know what they gain from it monetarily from smoking. Why?
It's easier to pat yourself on the back for the smoking thing than it is for the...
You want to know why?
Power? What?
People who smoke cigarettes are evil. The people who use the leaf blowers are poor folks who came here from Mexico who are trying to support their family. So politically, you are coming down on this poor guy who's trying to do better for himself and do for his family. This guy luckily made it across the 405 without you running him over. And now he's trying to put food on the table for his family. You want to come down on that guy? You want to be the politician who's on the side of coming down on that guy? Now, if that guy looked like Graham Wellington, then there'd be a situation. If the hypocritical politicians really cared about your lungs, then they'd be coming down on that guy. It's not only noise pollution. I mean, Jesus Christ. Look, people work all different hours in this city and all around this country now. There's a lot of people that are working swing shifts and third shifts and stuff like that. There's people asleep at 10 or noon in the morning. You're blowing through there with your leaf blower, putting everything airborne. It is what is coming out of the exhaust pipe and what's being kicked up from it is 10 times more toxic than cigarette fumes. No discussion. Zero. Why? Not good politically.
What does poor Megan do?
Oh, Megan? Yes. By the way, 337B, why politicians are hypocritical pieces of shit. Because that's all they talk about. They never talk about this. And if, look, all you care about is lung health and then the children, the asthma, the children. Do you think walking through the big pile of now airborne weaponized particulates you think it's good for your kid? Jesus Christ. This is why no one should listen to fucking anybody. Sorry. Megan?